well, what kind of beans did you bring? And I was trying to blow him off, so I said, like, just some stuff from work. And he said, well, no, what country are they from? Then I was like, oh, okay, I'm fine. I'll do it.
Did you try to blow me off?
A little bit, but I don't like doing this because it highlights that I'm like one of 2 people in this room that don't work for the Navigators. So anyway,
yeah, they're right here. That's two.
And Lindsay too. So maybe there's more than 2.
Yeah.
So let me just like get on my pedestal for like 30 seconds. I think there are 2 reasons why I do this. The first reason is like it just objectively tastes better, and the second reason is, that's kind of like the secondary reason, but the primary reason is because somebody grew this coffee. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but it takes 3 years before a coffee tree will produce anything, and then something like 5 to 10 years before it produces something serviceable. So someone has spent their entire life growing this. Somebody picked it by hand, somebody sorted it by hand, somebody processed it by hand, somebody packed it by hand, somebody roasted it by hand, then somebody sent it to my shop where I made it by hand or put it in a bag by hand. So that's 8 sets of hands that have done this. And for me to then give it to a robot to do seems just so irresponsible that it's like unconscionable. I can't do it. So I'm serious. So I'm going to do that. But what you asked me to do was just to describe like really briefly what I'm going to do. So I ground the coffee. Normally you'd ground it like right before, but I ground it like maybe an hour ago. And so that's going to release a bunch of gases. Our coffee is naturally full of a lot of gases, and this is kind of like a hidden thing inside of the beans that we don't really think about. So it's going to release all these gases right as I grind it, and then I'm going to put it in. This dripper. And the first thing I'm going to do is just pour a little bit of water on it and then just leave it alone for like about a minute, which seems really counterintuitive, but that's going to allow the coffee to kind of develop. We call it bloom. It's going to bloom. And we call it that because it's actually it kind of expands, and that's all those gases are kind of getting released, and all the stuff that's going to make it taste good. And then I'm going to do it just like painfully slowly, which is why I'm talking about it right now, and then I'm going to do it. And that way we're going to kind of, for me, that's showing a lot of respect and value to all those people that have worked on it before, and then I'm going to make it, and then like some people can drink it, but I think my staff team wants most of it. So.
All right.